the world, to all my followers, my students, my clients, and all the new people that have joined my Facebook group. This is my way of paying back and saying thank you to all of you. So I hope you can hear me. Do let me know that you can hear me. You probably won't be able to see me because I'm still a tech dinosaur when it comes to Facebook and either sharing my slides or sharing my face. There's a way to do it, but I'm still trying to figure that out. So I welcome all of you, and I guess I'll just wait a few minutes for people to come in. And so we are going to, this is a workshop on the Yang Metal Dragon Month, April 2025, the Gan Chen. And that is the Chinese name for Gang is Yang Metal and Chen is the dragon. So what is this all about? What is this energy? Well, you have to think of Yang Metal is the sword. And this energy sweeps in like a masterfully forged blade. And when we think of Yang Metal, it is like this clump of metal, and then over time, through how the metal evolves in the earth and in a person's personal life, it's all the trials and tribulations that they go through. So the trials and tribulations, that clump of metal is forged into the beautiful Excalibur. So this beautiful sword is now forged. It is sharp, it is unyielding, and it is fiercely transformative. So what does the Yang Metal do? It slices through things. So lingering entanglements that need to go, and outdated systems that are ready for reinvention. Have you been watching the world and what is going on? Scenarios where death marks not an end, but a vital clearing for new beginnings. Remember, when things end, remember, there are always new beginnings. So things often have to end for the new energy, the new chi to come in. So what are the key insights? The key insights for this month, number one, and I'm going to be going through certainly more, a lot more insights as I go through my slides. Yang Metal doesn't wait for permission to dismantle what's obsolete. It transforms endings into sacred space for rebirth. Now, look at the world, especially look what's going on here in the United States with Donald Trump and the tariffs, and it's affecting the whole world right now. So it is like a sword. It is a sword that is slicing through, and especially since Trump came into power, and with he brought in Elon Musk to be head of DOGE. It stands for the Department of Government Efficiency, and so basically they're going through where looking how all where the money is gone, where it's really gone, and they're really slicing through, certainly, like cutting a lot of government jobs. And again, this is about period 9. This is about fire that we're going to be seeing more and more of, and I'll talk about that as I go through the slides. Okay, so let me go back here. So for those of you who don't know me, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Melanie Norman. I'm a Chinese metaphysics consultant, and I teach and I consult on classical Feng Shui. By the way, I want to emphasize that word classical. I do not do modern Western Feng Shui. I call it Foo Feng Shui. No, I go by the classics, the books, the classics, the ancient classics, and on Feng Shui. So there is no wealth corner. There is no relationship corner. It all depends. Each home, each building is different. That depends on the timing. That depends on the person. That depends on the location, etc. I consult and I teach and I on Bazi. Bazi is Chinese astrology, date selection, TCM, and that stands for traditional Chinese medicine. And my last life, I taught food healing and traditional Chinese dietary therapy. And when I started studying classical Feng Shui and Chinese metaphysics in the late 90s, I started seeing how I could see in a person's Bazi chart the relationship between health and their Bazi. So I started incorporating my understanding, my teachings of traditional Chinese dietary therapy in with people's Bazi. So that is what I now I give like health and Bazi consultations as well. So I've studied with many masters throughout the world. I've been certified in 2 schools, actually 3 schools now, classical Feng Shui, and studied under, as I said, many masters like Dado Joey Yap and Lillian Chung and Richard Ashworth and Raymond Lowe, many, many. And now I'm proud to say that I'm part of Tien Duren Academy in India, and I am teaching through the Transform Your Life course, and I'm teaching the health part, Bazi and health. So I welcome all of you. Thank you for joining, and it is wonderful to have you all here. And for those of you who couldn't join, I know because of the time difference, because I know it's, all the different time differences throughout the world. Some people are sleeping and some people are working. So again, this is recorded, so do not worry, it is recorded. So I welcome all of you and thank you for joining. So this is also, I want to share with you, this is my website. It's a Red Dragon Consulting Group where it is your source for living well through Chinese metaphysics. And this is where I bring ancient wisdom and into modern times. Now I have quite a few, there are free, apps on there that you can use. So you can put in your Bazi chart, like you put in your birth information. It is not a full Bazi chart, but it gives you enough, like if you have to take a quick look at somebody's information, birth information, you want to see their Bazi chart, you can look at the Feng Shui, you can look at Qigong, you can look at your Qigong deity, and I have a special one called the Teng Shu. Now the Teng Shu, that is the daily Chinese calendar. So every day you can look up and see what is the officer of the day. Like today is a initiate day. So it's a day to start things, to initiate things. Yesterday was a stable day. On a stable day, things that you do on a stable day, they last a long time, for example. And then it talks about the different animals of the day, like today is a rooster day, an earth rooster day, and what animals clashed and what animals combined, etc. Then I have my blog, my monthly blog, which I hope can give you a lot of insights into the month. And then you can book your Feng Shui audits or Bazi charts, Bazi readings, TCM readings with me, etc. But I explain in much more detail what it's all about. I am also, obviously, I'm on Facebook because that's where I am right now. And I'm on Telegram, I'm on Instagram, and I have a YouTube channel. So I do hope you join my YouTube channel because I do have, I'm trying to post more and more. In fact, I'm thinking of doing my live updates maybe daily if I can on YouTube. Okay, so and let me just check in. I want to make sure that you can all hear me and see me. Okay. So right now, it is a time of great change in our world and in people's personal lives. So we are now, and I'm going to explain this even more. So we are entering what's called, this year, with the wood snake year, we have entered into the growing chi of fire. Now, this month is the dragon month, which is the graveyard of the season of wood. So what does a graveyard mean? the graveyard month basically is a transition time between one season to the next. And we are leaving the chi of wood, the season of wood, okay? And wood is about growth, wood is about upward chi, uh, and we are moving into the fire season. However, with the wood snake year, we've already started to move into, again, the growing chi of fire and the growing chi of the season of fire. Okay, so now the next 3 years is going to be a lot of fire. So get ready, get ready for May, and this is it's and as you can see with what's going on in the world today, there's a lot of, as I said, excuse me, a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of anxiety worldwide, and we have to try to be more empathetic with each other and try and think before you say something. Think before you speak, because with social media we have these 10-minute sound bites, and it's so easy. Okay, we can lash out at this person or lash out at that person. So again, uh, try, again. That's why I'm doing this workshop this month, to try and help you all navigate not just this month, but the rest of the year and beyond, because that's another very important thing, which I'll explain in a minute, about the next 2 years, the Crimson Horse and the Fire Goat. So I wanted to put this up again. This plays right into what I was talking about. For those of you who don't know, we have entered period 9 officially on February 4th, 2024. The chi already started to change. Some say 2017, that's with the early heaven, but definitely since December 2019, and look at what happened to the world in January 2020. The whole world was affected. So the chi of period 9, the energy of period 9, is about fire. And so period 8 was from 2004 to 2024. It was the mountain chi. It was about stability. It was about climbing the corporate ladder. It was about material possessions. It was about the younger male. Now we have moved away from that energy into period 9. And period 9 is the Lee trigram and is associated with fire. What is fire? Fire is fast. Fire is volatile. Things come and they go. And I wanted to specifically, a perfect example yesterday was the stock market. And the stock market here in the United States, Dow Jones Industrial Average went up almost 3,000 points. And this started around 1:30 in the afternoon, I believe, because it has been brutally down the past almost 2 weeks since Trump has enacted the tariffs, especially when I think it was a couple of days ago that he put all the tariffs into effect. And this is affecting, again, not just the United States, but worldwide. And so this is causing a lot of turmoil, not only in the markets, but in people's personal lives, because this is causing higher inflation, higher prices. However, he made an announcement yesterday afternoon, and he put a stop on tariffs for 3 months. I found this fascinating, and the moment he did that, I've never seen the stock market go up so quickly. Again, this is about fire chi, and I keep emphasizing this in my classes, my courses with my clients. The fire is fast. The fire is volatile. It will come and go. That also means opportunities. Opportunities will come and go, and they come and go very quickly. So you have to beware of them, and you have to catch them. And I say this to myself as well. Now, today, the stock market is back down. Right now, it's back down to over 1,000 points. So again, if you were aware yesterday, people made a lot of money again if they were in and out. Again, it's very volatile. This is not financial advice, it's an observation, because I'm trying to show you what fire chi is about. And it's going to even get more fiery as we move into the snake month, in the snake year next month, and especially then next year. So also period 9 is about AI, and you're certainly seeing the quantum leaps in AI and AI taking over jobs. Again, it's, remember, it's yin and yang. It's not just bad. There are good sides and there are negative sides to AI. It is also about the middle-aged woman, and you're starting to see uh, how women are coming into the forefront. More, and again, when I say woman, it's more the feminine aspect. It's more the gentle feminine, not the aggressive feminine. It is also about spirituality. More and more people are going to be searching for spirituality, for their soul's call. Okay, that's another theme of period 9, is that if you are not doing what you love, if you are not doing what your soul is calling you to do, it's going to be, say, eating away at you even more and more. Okay, because the universe wants you to be joyful. The universe, which is, by the way, also the fire energy is associated with joy. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? It is so, so important. So do what you love. When you do what you love, also the money will come. So that's just a little bit I wanted to show you about how we are seeing the fire chi. We are seeing that happening every day right now. Okay, so I wanted to mention this before we go into more about the Metal Dragon month, is the Cosmic Trinity and how important the Cosmic Trinity is. So in Chinese metaphysics, we believe 3 things, actually even 4 things, which is more the cosmos, but we'll say 3 things: heaven's luck, earth's luck, and man's luck. Heaven's luck is what we call your Bazi chart. It's the moment you took your first breath and what you chose to come into life with. So this is your Bazi chart. This is the parents that you chose. Yes, you did choose your parents. This is the place you chose to live or to be born into. These are the opportunities and challenges that you chose. You chose this chart for the opportunities and challenges and the lessons to learn this lifetime. So I call it your cosmic DNA. You can call it a destiny chart. It's also called the four pillars of destiny because it's based on the year, month, day, and hour that you're born. Then we have Earth luck. And Earth luck, this is the Feng Shui of living and working environment. So what environment, where you live, what is it like? What is the environment like? In fact, in Feng Shui, they say 70% of our environment affects where we live. And it affects all aspects of your life, from your health to your wealth to your relationships. Is there harmony in your home? Or is money going out? Like you just can't, no matter how much you try to make money and to hold on to it, just keeps draining out. Or you have fighting in your home? One of the greatest things about Feng Shui, because people always think Feng Shui is all about money, making money. How do I increase my wealth? And I'm not saying that. That's more important than ever right now. But you know what is even so important is having harmony in the home. When you have harmony in the home, you have harmony in your world. And then you can also make money and create great wealth when you have harmony in the home. So again, it's about the Feng Shui. It's like, where do you live? Do you live on the 33rd floor of an apartment building in New York City, or do you live in the mountains? Do you live in, say, in Southern Asia? Again, but it's based on the chi. It's the chi that's coming into your home, and that is based on your compass, the compass reading. That's based on the sitting and facing direction of your home. And then from that is extremely important. Once you determine that, then you overlay this flying star chart, which I'm going to go through the flying stars of this month, and that tells a whole story about your house and the auspicious sectors, the inauspicious sectors, etc. And then we have man's luck. And man's luck is about our decisions, our choices, our morals, and our actions. I think man's luck is almost even more important. It is your daily actions, your daily choices. Do you know how many choices we make a day? Do you know no choice is small? Because do you know one choice can change your life? So the cosmic trinity is a third, a third, a third. So a third of heaven, a third of earth, and a third of man. And when the heaven's luck, earth's luck, and man's luck is combined, by another thing about man's luck is about timing. You also can say this with Bazi chart as well, timing. So it's doing the right thing at the right place at the right time. It's about timing. So when the heaven, earth, and man come together, that is when magic happens. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's look at here the metal dragon. I wanted to show you something that is a very high form of Bazi is the metal dragon in, when you look at the, there's 60 pillars, 60 jazi, 60 pillars, and this is the dragon month, but it's a metal dragon. So there are 5 different types of animals. There could be, it could be a metal dragon, it could be an earth dragon, a water dragon, a fire dragon, a wood dragon. This happens to be a metal dragon. So when you look at what does the metal dragon represent in a picture, because a picture is kind of a high form of Bazi. So what we have the yang metal in the heavenly stems. This is the pillar of the month. Yang metal dragon, Gang Chen, and the yang metal is represented by this beautiful sword, or you could say an Excalibur. And then we have, when we look inside the dragon's main chi. Here, I can turn on my, turn on the pen. And we have the yang earth right here. So that's the main chi inside the dragon, and that has to do with the mountains. So you see, here's the picture of the mountains, and then we have sub-chi. We have sub-chi in the dragon, that's Gui. Gui is, that's yin water, and that's represented by the clouds. So if you see the clouds right here, and then the yi, okay, that is yin wood, and yin wood or yi, it is the beautiful flowers, it is the vines, and here's the beautiful flowers in the field, in the mountains, with the sword going deep into the mountain, deep into the earth. So another theme for this month is, let's see. So you could, another thing about this pillar, by the way, this is it's called, it's one of the 4 powerful pillars. It's a very powerful pillar. Okay, so this, if you have this pillar anywhere in your chart, whether it's your year, your month, your day, your hour, or even in what you call the luck pillar, so it means you can always communicate and express your ideas in a clear and concise way. Also, in a respectable way. Also, if you notice, the dragon, inside the dragon is, so the yang earth is the main chi of the dragon, and for yang earth, the wealth element is yi, that's yin, it's wood. In this case, it is yin wood, so that is direct wealth, so he is sitting on his wealth. So this shows there is the ability to earn money. So it's a strong and powerful pillar where you learn to express your ideas, and through your ideas, this can bring you wealth. So learn to speak and express what you have in your mind in terms of your emotions and your thoughts. Okay, so, all right, next one. All right, so this I wanted to show you. So this is where we are now. Okay, so this, the first month, that was the that was the Earth Tiger month. That was in February. February to March. March to April was the Yin Earth Rabbit. And we've just left that a couple days ago on Friday evening. And we have now gone into the Gangchen, which is the Yang Metal Dragon. Now, the reason I have this up, if you notice this, and then when you look at this, every single month, the pillars are clashed. Now, so when we look at the tiger's main chi is yang wood, the rabbit's main chi is yin wood. Sitting on top of the tiger is yang earth. So, yang wood, right? It clashes yang earth, or control. Another way you can say is it controls yang earth in the 5-element cycle in theory. With yin wood, what is yin wood? Due to yin earth, right? So the yin wood, it controls the yin earth. Now here we are. Now this is earth and metal. So earth actually feeds metal, produces metal. However, so you think this could be a more harmonious month, but because it is the earth to the wood element, it is still clashing. And every single month after that, so then we have the metal, we have the yin metal snake, and the snake's main chi is yang fire. So we have the clash between the metal and fire. Then we go into the horse, and that is Ren Wu, which is yang water, sitting on the horse, and the fire and water clash. Again, this goes on and on. So do you think this is going to be a do you think this is going to be a harmonious year? No. It's going to be see. Okay. So when we look at this, it's fascinating to look at these pillars, because last year we had pure pillars. We had many, many months where it was pure chi. This month we have the opposite, so it's quite it's volatile and changeable. So, as I mentioned, the yang metal dragon is Kugong, is one of the foremost virtuous pillars and can assume great powers. Do you have this pillar in your Baozi chart? So the metal dragon month, it fuses a dragon's creative power with the yang metal's sword and scales. So what does this symbolize? What is metal? Metal is about truth. Metal is about justice and trying to bring balance. Metal is also about law. So we're going to see more people, wanting truth, wanting justice, and you're going to see more and more truth coming out. That's another theme of Period 9 and fire, is that the fire does not hold things down. So basically, if you've got dirty laundry, it's going to be aired. If you've got lies, they're going to come out, because the fire burns things away. Fire brings things up. And metals here are the precious treasures buried deep in the earth, the hidden, and they're hidden until unearthed. So this is also a metaphor for hidden resources inside the mountain. So what resources have you been using or not using since the start of the year of the wood snake? So again, this is about karmic lessons that are going to be surfacing this month. Now, they can be tough, they can be challenging, and also this is tied to the dragon's self-punishing nature, because dragon is one of the 4 animals that has what we call the self-punishment, self-sabotage, and I'll be showing you that in a bit. So we all can perhaps, you have to be very mindful of the choices or the actions that you take, that you don't do things to harm yourself. Okay, so I would just reiterate that all the monthly pillars have a heaven and earth clash. Every single month, as I was showing you, as we move into May, you have the clash between the metal and the fire. In June, it's the clash between water and fire. Again, in July. It's again, it seems more harmonious because it is the yin water goat or Gui Wei month in July. However, again, it's part of what we call the season of fire. So there is that water and fire clash. And then in August, we're going to go into a Jia Shen month. That is the yang wood monkey. And the main chi of the monkey is yang metal. And then you sitting on top in the heavenly stem is Jia yang wood. So what does metal do to wood? Metal cuts wood. And by the way, for all of you wood day masters, that's another thing that you might be feeling. You might be feeling like a blade is coming down on you this month because you have an axe, especially for that lovely yi, which is the delicate flower, the beautiful vine. But now you have an axe. So life is going to be asking you to make some hard decisions this month. So this is now the Bazi chart for April 2025, and the Young Metal Dragon month has started on April 4th, which was a Friday evening at 20:48. So that it started at the dog hour. So we look at here is so remember, this is the Bazi chart is the 4 pillars of destiny. So we have the year is the wood snake, the month is the metal dragon. The day is the water rabbit, again, water rabbit, Gui Mao. And the hour is the Rensu, which is the young water dog. And so we see the dog and the rabbit combining. So there is this combination that is happening. And this combination can create fire, but it has to have certain conditions to do that. But when things combine, there is more harmonious relationship here. And then you see the rabbit and the dragon combine because that is part of the season of wood. So you have the dragon, the rabbit, and the tiger, which actually rabbit, dragon, and tiger, and that's comprised of the season of wood. However, what do you see here? You see this. So every month there is a clash, and it is the dog and the dragon clash. So the hour pillar represents the internal. This is in your internal dreams, goals, aspirations. This is your children's palace. This has to do with investments. So, and if you look at that, so there's going to be a lot of volatility. Like if we look at the markets. Okay, so if we represent like the world, okay, this is the trading that's going on because that's what represents in the hour. That there's the dragon and dog clash. There's a lot of volatility there. So do be careful, especially if you have a dog in your chart, and especially a dog in the hour. Do be careful of trading this month. It'll be very volatile for you. And we have another way to look at this. You have the 2 countries, and we have the United States and China. And there's certainly there's a lot of it's a clash between the titans. Let's put it that way, because inside the dragon is Yang Earth, and inside the dog is Yang Earth. This is also direct officer, and this has to do. So again. It's certainly what did Trump do? Trump he stopped the tariffs for 3 months on except for China. He raised the tariffs on China. So again, and then China comes back. So you're definitely seeing the clash of the titans here between the dragon and the dog. Now there is another thing I'm going to show you. The rabbit and the dragon right here, even though there's a combination, there is a harm. So again, this is the day pillar. This is what we call the spouse palace. This is a health palace, and then the month represents parents' palace. This is also career. So there is emotional harm going on. This could also indicate illness. So you really people have to be definitely more mindful of their health and taking care of their health. So another thing you can look at, what if we look at this chart over here, uh, what is the highest element? So is way in water is the day master. Then we look what is the highest element, which by the way, so this is it's wood right here, 33%, and this is actually indicative of the year in the wood snake. The wood snake also, when we look at the chart for the year, so just like you have a Bazi chart, the year has a chart, a Baza chart, the month has a Baza chart, and in the year of the wood snake, wood and water, wood is the highest element, and that wood is about creativity. So wood is about, and it's in this one, it's eating God, and also that's ironic. Now I'm just thinking that it's the same thing as the wood snake was the Guay Yin water. So again, a lot of output, a lot of creativity. Wood is the only element that grows. This is also about when we're talking about health, people will be more drawn to natural healing, to uh, to to real foods, to nourishing, nutrient dense organic foods, going away from the modern industrialized foods. That also, wood is about herbs. Wood is about it is about writing. It's about art. More you're going to see more artistic endeavors, and wood feeds fire. So it'll be quite an interesting. We'll see what happens this month. Okay, so this is so there's many different ways to look at the Bazi chart, and to look at the year, the month. And another way to look at it is through what we call the auxiliary stars. So again, you can look. I think well, I'm going to go through each day masters because I think the day masters are probably one of the more accurate ways of looking how you are affected. But another way is looking at the auxiliary stars because everybody is affected by the auxiliary stars in the particular month that we're in. Now, I always try and focus on the auspicious stars. Okay, I can yes, there's inauspicious stars, and I can talk about that. But the more you focus on uh, activating the auspicious stars, now each of you have you have remember you have four, actually five animals: the year, the month, the day, and the hour, and in the your luck pillar. So in my annual Feng Shui and Chinese astrology event, also in my advanced one, I went over in detail the auxiliary stars for each animal. So what is the dragon? It's that they have the auspicious stars are sky happiness. So this star signifies developments in relationships. It means that hey, you could meet someone with whom you could build a long-term relationship that could potentially lead to marriage. This is also helps to upgrade your current situation. Uh, Now, for people who are single, you could possibly find a partner which could possibly lead to marriage, and especially if you have a dragon in your chart. So, if this star is associated with bringing long lasting love and happiness into your life, and certainly we all need that right now. So, again, there's a possibility that you might get married. And if you're already married, what this star means is that you could possibly have children. Now, the heavenly officer star, this is associated with nobility and higher powers. So it's believed to bring good fortune, especially in areas related to career, advancement, recognition, support from influential people. So basically, this helps you meet up with people of higher authority, basically senior to you. If you want to know how a person made their money, or you want to know, like you are trying to create your own business, you want to start your own business, or you want to have a side gig and you don't know, and look to mentors. Try and find a mentor. Try and find people who have already done what you want to do. Reach out to them again. So they basically people have higher authority. and show your gratitude to them. And it's these stars basically mean it's a more can be a month of celebrations. Now, the inauspicious stars, the dragon, there is, I just want to mention about the lonesome star. So apparently, the dragon has a lonesome star. Now, this will affect the dragon for 3 years. So the dragon might feel more lonely or alone, or they go out in the midst of all the crowd, they even feel alone. So if you have the dragon in your chart, or you start to feel alone or down or depressed, okay, go out and meet people, go out and socialize, try to push yourself, go to talk to people, because this will again help negate the lonesome star. And remember, when you focus on the auspicious stars, then the inauspicious won't affect you as much. So let's look at the hexagram for this month. It's a beautiful hexagram, actually. It's called unity or prosperity. So, how do we gain strength? We gain strength through unity, through being with others, through supporting each other, which is why I wanted to do this, especially this free workshop for all of you this month, because this is how we, when we we come together and we unite and we help each other out, we support each other, we love each other, we help each other, which is needed more than anything right now, more than ever in the world, is unity harbors wonderful things. So the emphasis is on working to make these good things happen. So how do you do that? You plan, you organize. Remember, so don't expect good fortune to fall in your lap. But unity is strength. So holding together produces success. So this is like when you work together as a team, right? And when the right players come on the right team and they share a clear goal at the right time, remember it's about timing, and a team forms its relationship in a delicate manner, the chemistry is brewed in the vat of shared experience. So a strong sense of unity and wholehearted commitment is required for team success. So this is just another metaphor for for this month and also for our lives right now. Again, one of the themes also what I mentioned in my annual Feng Shui and astrology event was about because of the ongoing conflicts and the challenges of the world and the anxiety that we are all experiencing, that it's more important than ever to come together as a community and to help one another. So, wherever you are, to gather people that are like minded, to support each other, to help each other through these trying times. Okay, so then here we are. So this is now, as I mentioned, the Gang Chen. We entered April 4th. Now, in the heavenly stem, so the heavenly stem is the yang metal. And then in the earthly branch, so the main chi of the dragon is Wu or Yang Earth. So Wu is the Chinese name. And then, as I mentioned, Yin Water and Yin Wood. So now we're going to look at Yang Water and Yang Earth. That's the two main chi. We're going to look at how that affects your day master. So your day master, right? This is your day master. It's in the day, it's in the heavenly stems. So this is based on the year, the month, the day, and the hour that you're born. If you don't have your Bodza chart, you can go to my website right now, reddragonconsultinggroup.com, and you can go to the free resources and you can put in your birth information and your chart will pop up. And your day master is in what we call the heavenly stem of the day. Okay, so I'm going to go through the 10 day masters right now. So make sure you all have your Bodza chart and know your day master. Okay, just checking in with all of you. You can hear me, yes? You guys could just say yes, you can hear me, no problem. Oh, can't see any slides. You can't see the slides? Oh. Can you tell me? I just saw this message. You can't see the slides? Should be. Oh, okay. Can somebody say that they? Oh yes, you can see the slide. Thumbs up. Okay. All right. Okay. I have to, because I can't see the comments. I have to go back and forth just to make sure that you can see the slides. Just yeah. So let's start with the first day master, and that is Jia Young Wood, and you are that beautiful tree. So you are Jia Young Wood. When you think of Jia Young Wood, you are independent, you are steadfast, you are determined, and perhaps quite stubborn. Well, one of the more stubborn day masters of the 10 day masters. And you, so how do you, how do you convince a Jia Young Wood day master to change their mind? Well, you use Yang metal, number one. So Yang metal is in the heavenly stem of the metal dragon month, and so that's going to be one of the useful gods for Jia Yang Wood, because what does the axe do to the wood? It cuts down the wood. Okay, and metal is also analytical thinking. So, Jia Young Wood, they need to see the proof. They need to see the documents. They need to see the analysis why they should change their mind, and Young Metal will help them. So what about this month? So Jia Young Wood is receiving. Remember, now we're looking at Young Metal and Young Earth. Okay, those are the two main chis we're looking at to see. So what is Young Metal to Young Wood? It's 7 killings. Okay, what is 7 killings? Don't be put off by these names. Basically, it's an aggressive energy, and you're also meeting indirect wealth. So challenges can be tough, but they can make you stronger. So what I urge Jia Young Wood is take one step at a time. So when Jia Young Wood meets 7 killings on indirect wealth, this can be a month of high pressure, but it also creates sharp decision making and resource driven ambition. So I know it can be an intense month for you, but this month can help you lead with strength and speed. So expect power plays, expect competition, okay, and moments that will test your judgment under fire, okay. But again, with 7 killings and indirect wealth, okay, if you are like yesterday, how the stock market went up 3,000 points. Okay, if you had investments, if you were very quick and you got in and out, or if you knew how to play the market, you could have made quite a bit of money, as an example. So seven killings is aggressive energy, okay? But it's going to help you make decisions. It'll help make you stronger. So try and just take one step at a time. Okay, so for yin, so here we are for yin. Can you, oh, you can see, oh, can now. Okay, good, Maurice. Okay. So for yin wood day masters, you are the beautiful vine, you are the delicate flower, and you are receiving. So instead of 7 killings is like think of it, the sergeant out in the battlefield, direct officer. They're more the rule follower. 7 killings is more the rule breaker. So you might want to, with Jia Young Wood, you might feel like breaking more rules or going against the rules this month. But direct officer, they're more the they follow the rules. They're more the diplomat, and they're seeing direct wealth. So the beautiful yin wood, you're witty, you're adoptable, you're charming. However, you are changeable. So this month for Yi Yin Wood, day masters, people may push you, but your calm voice is your true power. So use it wisely. So Ye Wood meets direct officer on direct wealth. This calls for structure, accountability, and a return to discipline. Okay, that's another thing with when we see influence stars or influence 10-day masters. That also means discipline, just like young metal also means discipline. Okay, that's another metaphor for young metal. So um, this past year, you may have felt tempted to speak out and push your boundaries. This month reminds you that rules exist for a reason, and it's a time to basically realign with what's going on with you and taking responsibility and restore your credibility. Okay, so being fire, you are the sun, uh, and there's only one sun in the sky, and you rise and set every single day. So no matter what big fire goes through, they will always rise again the next day. That means if you go through challenges, you go through difficulties, somehow you will find a way. You're passionate, you're generous, you're committed. One of the most important things for being fire day masters is a regular schedule. Just like the sun, you rise and you set every single day. So try and eat at the same time, go for a walk at the same time, etc., etc. Work at the same time, and also the sun doesn't. Big fire should not work at night. Why? Because the sun is not seen. Also, it's very crucial for big fire day masters the time they're born, and they're seeing a direct wealth with eating God. What is eating God? Eating God is creativity, is output. Eating God is they are the producer and director behind the movie. Okay, so you are seeing indirect wealth with eating God. It's a creative month. It's also a month for unconventional thinking and bold personal expansion. So you also have direct resource in the year because you're in the snake uh, from the, let's see, the yin wood. Yeah, because the yin wood is direct resource for big fire in the year of the snake. You're inspired to break the mold and explore new pathways this month. And through that, you can create wealth. Again, what's very important, especially I emphasize for big fire day masters, do not spread yourself too thin. Okay, then we have ding fire day masters. You are the candle. You are the light in the darkness that you can help illuminate the younger generation. You often make very good teachers, energetic, inspiring, and persuasive. So what are you seeing? You're seeing direct wealth with herding officer. So this month, the direct wealth on herding officer urges you to balance expression with responsibility. Herding officer, so herding officer and eating God, they're both output elements, okay? What is the difference between herding officer is like the actor or the actress in the movie. They're the ones out in front, they're the ones on social media, they're the diva, they're the ones, they love to talk. If you have herding officers, very good for talking and social media and teaching. So again, but you're seeing this with direct wealth, so you want to balance expression with responsibility. So you may feel torn between what feels good and what makes sense long term. So you also, by the way, with the young fire in the snake of the year, that is your Rob Wealth star. So your intuition is probably sharp this year, but be careful. There could be like an internal rebellion with your peers, and that could tend to pull you off what you are trying to create in your life. Okay, so keep calm when others test you this month. Gentle strength speaks louder than loud words. Okay, Wu Yang Earth, you are the mountain. you you are all about stability and you are about trust. Trust is extremely important to you. There's another saying about Wu Yang Earth. They are the keeper of 10,000 secrets. So they're trustworthy, they're responsible, and they are stable. You are seeing the eating god with the friend element, the friend star this month. And this encourages you to express your creativity and ideas more openly. Okay, sometimes because when you think of Earth and you think of a mountain, how long does it take a mountain to change? It takes a long time for a mountain to change and to form. So sometimes the Wu Yang Earth, they they may take a little more time to do things, so they can procrastinate. But with a direct officer uh, uh, on indirect resource this year, so you have like this subtle tension between inner reflection and outer discipline inside of you. So this month is calling you to uh, begin shaping those thoughts into action and don't rush the process. So you don't have to do everything good. You don't have to do everything, okay? Support brings better results, not more stress, okay? So uh, you're called to emerge from the internal planning and begin shaping those thoughts into action. Yin Earth, G in Earth, you are the beautiful soil. You are the most giving of all the 10-day masters. And I always say to G Yin Earth, again, this is general, by the way. This is not a person's entire body chart. I'm talking about the generalities of the day masters. G in Earth, so you are the most giving, and you are like Mother Earth, and you give and you give and you give till you're exhausted. So do not forget to give to yourself, okay? To nurture yourself. You're creative, you're resourceful, and you are nurturing. So you're seeing Herding Officer and Rob Wealth this month. So try and take things slow. Uh, Tidy up your thoughts, and success will follow quietly. Uh, so it could be a socially charged month because you could have peer influence. Because you have the Rob Wealth. Rob Wealth is like, this is like your peers, but it's also like could cause external pressure. Okay, and then with external pressure, you could feel restless inside. So let's see. You could have increased activity, networking, share goals, but be careful of losing your ground. Be careful of losing, you know, your, how do I say, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations to others. So express yourself clearly without being pulled in too many directions. And then we have Gang Young Metal. So we already have Young Metal in the heavenly stem of the dragon, and that is a friend meeting a friend. And you then have indirect resource. So remember, Gang Metal, they're tough. They're one of the tougher day masters. And they are willful, they're resilient, they're principled, they're disciplined. Okay, if you lack metal in your chart, then it's a call to become more disciplined in your life. So again, uh, this is about you can try this could how I say you might feel more forceful this month because now you have two medals, you have two swords, okay, with the friend, and so try to lead with fairness and not force. And the more you lead with fairness and not force, the more people will respect will respect you. So there's like again because you also have the indirect resource. That's the mountain, right? That's the young earth. So there's like this pull between outward drive and inward contemplation. Okay, because the indirect resource that is also thinking outside the box, learning things outside the box. And this year pushes you to take control and manage responsibilities, lead under pressure. So, but this month could be a little bit more introspective. So slow down and realign yourself and seek inner wisdom before charging ahead. So take this time this month to do that. Yin metal. Yin metal, you are the precious jewelry, you are the diamond, you are the metal that has already been forged. And you're refined, you're intelligent, and attractive. You are seeing raw wealth and direct wealth. So this is not a month for Yin metal to stay silent. Your ideas matter, even if they come softly. Okay? So this uh, so you basically also this year you have indirect wealth and now you have direct wealth. Okay, so this dynamic energy can move you into unconventional earning, uh, but this month could be also competition with rob wealth. Others may challenge your authority, so just guard your space, okay, and stay firm in your values. Okay, last two is red young water. You are the beautiful ocean, adventurous, proactive, ambitious, and what is the saying for young water? They look calm on the outside, but the emotions run deep, just like the ocean on a calm day. So you are seeing indirect resource with 7 killings. Uh, Now this is could be a deep internal shift this month beneath the surface level pressure, right? So this year is already encouraging you to have to be more self-expressive, unconventional moves. This month could push you more inwards. So again, that pull between the outer and the inner. So you could indirect resource again that has to do with learning, but learning outside the box, unconventional, could be drawn to more spirituality, could be drawn to Chinese metaphysics, etc. So it's a good month to study, to strengthen your inner clarity before you respond, because of 7 killings, remember, that's the aggressive energy that can make you respond to external demands. And then the last one is Kuei in water, you're the cloud, here today, gone tomorrow, always changeable, uh, highly intuitive, and I always tell Kuei in water, listen to your intuition. Wise, intuitive, and imaginative, they make very good teachers. Direct resource and direct officer. So that is what you are seeing this month. So this is direct resource. Again, that's more conventional learning as opposed to indirect resource. And direct officer, that is your influence. Okay, that is seeing your influence, your power, your status. You are being more seen this month. So this year's energy inspires creativity and output because you have the eating God. But this month is also about refining that creativity, that output, whatever you are doing, as far as your creativity and your output for this year. So do take a step back a little bit, uh, uh, and align your presence with long-term credibility. Okay, so that's the 10-day masters. And just checking in everything you can still hear. Okay. So we are now the 12 earthly branches. So if you look at each animal in the year, the month, the day, and the hour, and we're going to look at how the animals affect each one. How the young metal dragon month, how's it affecting? Okay, so again, as I go through the animals, you have look at your year branch, your month branch, your day branch, and your hour branch, and also your luck cycle, your luck pillar. I don't have a picture of that. Okay, so first we're going to look at who's the secret friend of the dragon is the rooster. So the rooster's going to get help from the dragon. The rooster also is friends with the snake this year, so the rooster's going to get a lot of help. So when the rooster and dragon, when they come together, It's usually a smoother month, especially if it's on your day you were born. Okay, so the rooster and the dragon, they do combine to make the element of metal. Again, it has to be certain conditions for that transformation to occur, but then you have to look, well, what does metal mean in your Baza chart? Is it influence? Is it wealth? Is it your output? Is it eating God? Is it your friend, etc.? Okay, so three harmony trinity of water. So now, who are other friends with the dragon is the monkey and the rat. And when the monkey, the rat, the dragon combine, so let's say you have a rat in your chart, right? And now it's a dragon month, and then maybe on a monkey day now you have, or the monkey hour you have, it combines to make the three harmony trinity of water. Again, certain conditions have to apply, but these are basically friends. So the monkey and the rat will get help from the dragon. And again, this creates water. What does water mean in your Baza chart? What are the 10 gods? Okay, what does water mean? And then you have to look, is that a useful god? Is that a negative god? So again, through that's more advanced learning, and through a Bazi reading, certainly I can help you understand that. Okay, then we have this one. I love this one. I did this on AI. I'm using AI more, and I'm using all different types of AI. I have experimenting between ChatGPT and Grok 3, I believe that was created by Elon Musk, and then we have, I think it's called, is it called Deep Seek, and then there's Claude.ai. So I'm experimenting with all the different AIs. So what does this mean? What are these two dragons? Well, this is about self-penalty, self-punishment for animals that have the self-penalty, self-punishment. We have the dragon, the horse, the rooster, and the pig. So do you have a dragon in your chart? Again, this also is about self-penalty for all of us this month. So again, this is self-sabotage. This is something that you impose on yourself. It can show up as overindulgence, worry. It can be negative self-talk or compulsive behaviors. So what is the key for, especially for the dragon this month, is awareness. Recognize these tendencies that can help you shift the energy and make more empowered choices. So do be mindful of your choices. Because remember, self-penalty, self-sabotage comes from you. You are imposing this on yourself. It is not from the outside coming in. It's from your own actions. Okay? So do be mindful of that. This month, okay, another thing interesting about this month, just like last year was the Wood Dragon year, all year long, and now this month, the dragon and the dog, they are the only two animals that don't have a nobleman. So what's a nobleman? A nobleman is somebody that comes to help you. And again, we all need a nobleman in our lives. And actually, another way to receive help from others is to become a nobleman to others. So this month is a perfect example because there is no nobleman, but you have to be your own nobleman and have to be a nobleman to others. So it's a wonderful, auspicious energy. It brings helpful people, valuable opportunities into your life. Now you can have a nobleman in your chart. There's also 3 types of nobleman. There's a divine nobleman. There's a Tai Chi nobleman. But this month we have no nobleman. So again, we need to rely on, you can also rely on the day and hour to bring about your nobleman. Also be a nobleman to others. Be your own nobleman. Then we have the clash, as I mentioned earlier, is we have the heavenly stem clash. With the metal, okay, the yang metal is cutting, clashing the yang wood. So if you have Jia Yang wood especially, okay, metal's cutting both the Jia Yang wood and the yin wood, but more the yang wood. So especially as your day master, you're clashing with this month energy. So what does that mean? This can shake things up. So again, whether it's a challenge or an opportunity depends on yang metal. Is young metal useful to you? And how does it interact with your chart? If you want to know what it means for you, a personal Chinese astrology reading can help you navigate this energy. Okay, then, who has the destruction this month? That's the ox. Okay, so the ox had this all last year and now this month again. What is destruction? Okay, again, don't be put off by these words. It's a basically think of it as a reset. Okay, in order sometimes for things to change, they have to break down. They have to break down. They have to break apart to then create the new. Okay, so it is a reset. Okay, break down, break apart. But guess what? There's a breakthrough. So if you can get through that the challenges of this month, what comes up, whether it's in relationships or it has to do with your with your with your your job or your business, again, if you can get through it, there's a breakthrough at the other side. Okay, so just think of it as a reset point. For the rabbit, you have a harm this month. I know you were the Duke last month, but now with the dragon, you have a harm. So it's basically could be an emotional month for you. Okay, so do take care of your emotions, and I think harm can even be more harmful or affect a person more, causing like sadness and depression, especially as opposed to a clash. A clash you can see coming more easily. Harm, not so much. So especially dragon days, dragon hours, and the dragon month. Dragon hours 7 to 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Now let's go through, wanted to talk a little bit about the flying star chart. And this has to do, as I mentioned, when we look at the cosmic trinity, heaven's luck, earth's luck, and man's luck. This is about earth's luck. This is about the chi coming in this month that's coming into the various sectors of your home or your business. It comes into every building, it changes every month, and it changes every year. Okay? So we always look for the most auspicious chi. So again, then when people in Western, when they with Western Feng Shui, they say that, oh, there's a wealth corner, or there's a relationship corner. No, we look at what's called the chi of the flying stars. Okay, there's 9 numbers. Each number represents something different, a specific type of chi. We call it stars, the flying stars. Okay, they change, they fly. It's the reason they call them flying stars, because they fly to different sectors each month and each year. Okay, so if you see here, let's start with the southeast. Okay, now the upper left number, like you see here, right? 1. So that's the star for the year. So the one is what we call the future well star. So a lot of masters actually are focusing on star 1, not star 9. Star 9 is the present well star because we are in period 9 for 20 years. However, star 1 is the future well star. By the way, that has to do with water. So I was talking in class, we were talking about the importance of investing in water businesses, because water businesses will become even more and more prominent as we move into the next period, which is period 1, and that is period of water. But star 1 is future well. Star 1 also has to do with nobleman help. So Southeast is one of my favorite sectors all year, but you do have to be careful because the Grand Duke is there, and that is the snake. So the dragon and snake. The snake is Southeast 3, and the dragon Southeast 1. What is that? Let's see. So I'll make sure I got that correctly here. So yeah, the snake is Southeast 3, and the dragon is Southeast 1. So Southeast 2, again, if you can there's 24 mountains, you can get it down to that. But generally, Southeast is an excellent sector. The only thing because the snake is there, the Grand Duke, you don't want to confront the Grand Duke, meaning if you have a desk there or you sit there, don't face southeast. Always have your back to the southeast, okay? Because if you confront the Grand Duke, there could be gossip or you could be backstabbed, okay? So this month, another beautiful sector because it has the 1 and 8. This is also the home palace of Gua 4 if you know your Gua number. And this abundance and wealth, it is good for career advancement. Again, nobleman help. It is also great for side gig jobs. So this can increase your sales and also if you work hard. So another thing I want to reiterate about this, okay, when I talk about the different sectors and the chi of coming into the different parts of your home or your business, okay, this means put yourself in these sectors. You are the chi. You are the energy. So we find the most auspicious sectors for the year and then overlay it with the month, and you could even overlay it with the day. And you put yourself there, and that's aligning with the earth love. So it's basically helping you. Okay, so put yourself in the auspicious sectors, and then with the inauspicious sectors, you want to try not to, if you can, try not to be there. If for any reason, like say your front door is there or your bedroom's there, you want to keep it quiet, or you want to try and move to another bedroom. And then we also use cures as well to try and drain the inauspicious chi. Okay, so southeast, that remember, that is where the dragon and the snake reside. Now, I love the center this month. The center, it has the 2 star, okay, all year. So here we have the 2, that's in the center. Now, something about star 2 is it always has been associated with the illness star. However, because we have now entered period 9, it is now the 3 stars that we look for. The 3 most auspicious stars are 9, 1, and 2. 2 is losing the negative chi of illness and is gaining the more positive aspect of star 2, which is asset and accumulation. It is very good for property investment as well. Again, however, because we're just in the second year, period 9, I'm still concerned about illness. So do be careful. Also, you have to look at your home. Do you have a kitchen in the middle of your home? Do you have a stairway in the middle of your home? Do you have a bathroom in the middle of your home? So that can affect issues with illness and prosperity. However, we have the 9, the star 9, and this is, again, star 9 is the most dominant energy in period 9. And now we have this 2 and 9. This is a beautiful sector. This is also called the heart of your home. Is good for fame, wealth, opportunities that lead to rapid growth. Is prosperity, luck, but do take care of your health. Don't neglect your health. Again, if you want to talk over something, go to the center of your home. Okay. Don't be in the north. Don't be in the northwest, and also don't be in the northeast. The south. The south has the horse. That's where the horse resides, and that is in South 2. Now the south. So we have now 6 and 4. It is a combo of 10. Whenever we see a combo of 10, that is always means wealth. So the south, all year long, has star 6, and that is a star of influence, the star of power. And then the 4 comes in, that's a star also of education, also of romance. So it is good for students, it's good for writers, it's good for creators, and energizes sector with music, with activity, and or light. So definitely the south is a beautiful sector this month, also this year. The east, all year long, if you look here, that has the present wealth star. So the only thing about the east, you have to be very careful because it has something called the 3 killings. So basically, you can be there, but you don't want to renovate. You don't want to dig. Okay, you don't even want to bang the walls. Okay, like with a nail. but you can be there because it's a present well star. This month you do have to be a little more careful. This is where the rabbit resides, and it's also the home palace of Gua 3. By the way, the home palace for Gua 9 is the south. So why do I mention the different Guas? Because that's also another way of seeing how this month can affect you. So, so 9 and 7. So 9 is fire, and then you have 7, that's metal. 7 is also the robbery star. It's about communication, but it's also the robbery star. So there could be communication connection, although you have to be careful of conflicts, especially among females. Also, do beware of theft and gossip this month. Okay? So do be mindful of that. Okay. We have, let's see, just checking in. Okay. Then we have, let's see, northeast. Now, northeast is probably the least auspicious sector all year long. Do be mindful. I hope you place metal there because that is where star 5, oops, sorry. That's where star 5 is residing all year. That's the calamity star. It's also known as the emperor star. It can create great wealth, but please do be careful because it also can create great loss of wealth, health, relationships, etc. Again, I don't think any star is bad. I think it's just how we see it. Because again, remember, star 5 is the emperor. So again, no digging, no renovating in this sector. Now, if you have to, for any reason, you have to choose a good date. The northeast this month has the 4 visiting the 5. So this will give you, if you need courage to start something, you can go to the northeast. However, it's going to be a little more difficult. So this could end bad habits, but it could be possible legal problems as well, because you have the 5 and the 3 are fighting. The 5 is earth and the 3 is wood. So I would avoid significant financial risk, especially in this sector. So as we go through this, look at what's the chi coming into your front door or coming into your facing direction of your property this month, and look at where your bedroom is, your desk is. Those are the most important areas. Northwest, that's where the dog and the pig are at Gua 6. Now, the Northwest has star 3 all year long, and that is the argumentative star, but it is having star 1. So you can use this sector. This can be helpful for a new job, for business, for networking, and good for noble people. Remember, star 1, that is where that has to do with helpful people. So noble people, helpful people could be coming, especially also to Gua 6 people. The West all year, that has, speaking about star 4, so that has star 4. 4 is the star of education and romance, and then, however, it's receiving star 2. So do be very careful this month in the West sector. And for roosters, careful of illness this month. So do take care of your health at Gua 7. Southwest, that's where the goat and the monkey reside, and Gua 2. And that is another lovely sector this month right here, Southwest, because you have star 8. Now, star 8, even though it's no longer the present well star, it's called the white star. So 1, 6, and 8. So we have 1, 6, and 8. These are called the white stars. So they are always auspicious. However, 8, because it tends, even though you can create well, you have to work a lot harder to create the same wealth. With 9, you don't have to work as hard for the wealth to come. So just be mindful of that. So again, this is a good sector this month. Maintain your work stability, discipline, and execution, and especially make yourself indispensable. And this is so important now. Oops, sorry. Especially with what's happening right, in the world today. And you're seeing so many jobs being lost. And speaking about that, uh, and speaking about what's happening here in the United States and with Elon Musk and now the Doge. So the Doge, again, remember that's the Department of Government Efficiency, and just like the young metal, and they've come in, and especially like the fire, they have just many jobs are cut. So I have a client that I have been working with, and she's been working for the government for 30 years, and she was telling me like about the sweeping changes that were coming in, and she was it was about a month ago. It was they were even getting emails on the weekends that they had to have a complete report of everything that they were doing and accountability that they didn't have before. And she's been so worried about losing her job because of so many jobs being slashed here. And again, that is one of the themes, as I said in my annual Feng Shui and Astrology core class this year. Is there is going to be more and more jobs lost, and especially with AI coming in. So again, you have to make yourself indispensable. I told her, I looked at her chart, I said, I think you're going to be okay. You are going to be okay. You do not have to worry. And she messaged me yesterday and said, I'm one of the 25% that they are keeping on. And as of June 3rd, 75% of the company that she works for, the government company, will be gone. So that's the big changes, big changes. So, and I'm thinking of all those people that have lost the job. So again, side gigs are really important. Again, more than ever, we really have to focus on creating our own wealth, and you need to have a couple different sources of income with what's happening. And that's what I'm going to announce today, because I have some exciting news about this wealth class that I will be sharing with you in a minute. And then the last is the north sector. So the 5 is here all year long, but now the 5 flies into the north this month. Okay, so do be careful. It's a leadership in crisis, money loss. Because 7 is robbery star. Okay, 7 is metal, 5 is earth. The earth is feeding the metal, and this could be money loss. This could be obstacles, possible health problems, gossip, backstabbing. So keep this area quiet. You can put a container of still water, not active water, because you want to still the chi. Okay, and you could also put some bamboo, a couple pieces of bamboo in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you an activation, a wealth activation for this month. And how do we activate? We can activate by water. We can activate with heavy movements. We can activate with a fan, especially like if you're a bedroom or like you only have like a one-room apartment, and it's not advisable to put active water in your bedroom. So use a fan instead of water. So you can use a water fountain, although it has to be a certain amount of water. On my YouTube page, I do have it's a three-part videos. They're very quick, but it's showing you the amount, the bucket, the size of the container of water that you need, how much water, and how to put a pump and how to plug it in, and you have to do it at the timing that I'm going to give you. And the sector that is the most auspicious sector to put the water, and this will help activate your well. Moving heavy furniture and cleaning this area, moving the heavy furniture, that also activates the chi. Okay, so again, this is another example. This is the wealth activation for April 2025. So again, this is on my YouTube channel already, and I show you the container, but it has to be minimum. If you're going to use this bucket, which I recommend, I like that, as opposed to a little water fountain. You get a water container 2 feet deep by 1 foot wide. Okay, and then you fill it almost to the top with water, and then you put the pump in, and you can get that like a fish tank pump. You can just get that at like places like Walmart or Home Depot or Again, I don't know the type of stores you have in Asia and the other countries of those that listen to, but these aren't too expensive at all. And then put the you switch it on at the time I'm giving you, okay, and you leave for 2 weeks. So here we are. So remember, I said how southeast. I love the southeast sector, especially southeast too. Okay, so these are the dates. The 14th of April, 9 to 11 a.m. It clashes the goat. When it says it clashes, it will not be beneficial to those particular animals, okay? Because that is an ox day, and what clashes the ox is the goat, okay? It's like here, this is a rooster day, and then the rabbits clash. So the 22nd between 5 to 7 p.m., the 30th between 7 to 9 a.m., and that clashes the pig. Okay, because that is a snake day. Now, so this is the southeast sector, especially southeast too. It's really important if you can get it as accurate as possible, because has to do with the 24 mountains. And then you have Shen, so this is the monkeys. This is Southwest 3 sector in your home. And the 7th, that's already passed, but you have the 21st between 7 and 9 a.m. That clashes the tiger because it's a monkey day. The 25th from 3 to 5 p.m. clashes the horse. It's a rat day. And on the 30th is 7 to 9 a.m. clashes the pig. Again, that's okay, so that clash. So again, when it says the clash, that means those animals should not do it on that day. You can have somebody else in your home plug it in if that's the only day you could do it, but then you have other days that your animal's not clashed. Okay. So I just wanted to make an announcement, and again, I thank you for your precious time, and for those of you who couldn't listen, couldn't be here, this is recorded, and I do hope this helps you. I want to announce my class, Activate Your Wealth Code for 2025. And this is about unlocking your wealth, activating your legacy, and creating generational wealth as well. And there's going to be 3 parts to this class, but the special part that I'm going to add, so this is actually, excuse me, there's going to be part 2. It's going to be 3 classes, but there's going to be part 1 and then part 2. Now, the special part that I'm going to add is the 7-star robbery formula. 7-star robbery. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm going to be robbed? No. Actually, it's a very special formula, and there's like certain conditions have to be how do you say, it has to, certain conditions have to be fulfilled for one to use this 7-star robbery formula. Okay, so for many years these conditions didn't happen. This year it is happening. This year, and then a year or two, and another year we can use it as well. But this year has a special combinations, which I'm going to go over. I'm going to explain this to you, and this can create great wealth, and not only present wealth, but this can create generational wealth. And what it's so important. I mean, look at how volatile the markets are today. Look at how volatile people's jobs are today. So that's why more important than ever, I want to teach about this and activating your wealth, and and I'm going to go a couple of different. We're going to look at the wealth sectors. We're going to look at your wealth for each day master. Okay, you have specific animals. You have specific elements that are your personal wealth codes. So again, 2025, we stand at a pivotal moment as the portals of period 9 officially open. So making it the most opportune time to deploy the powerful 7-star robbery Feng Shui formula. So this ancient technique is known for its profound ability to unlock wealth and prosperity. And This promises results that span across 3 generations, or the equivalent of 180 years. So this is important for my children and my grandchildren. So join me in this exclusive one-day workshop. Again, I will be posting more about this, the dates, the times, and the cost later today. And you'll gain insights into this extraordinary formula, learn how to harness its power for unparalleled success. And this is more important than ever before. So next steps, again, I'll be posting all the details about this later today or tomorrow. So sign up for your Activate Your Wealth Code 2025. You can book your Bazi readings for the rest of 2025 and beyond, 2026, 2027. I can't tell you how important this year is, because we are going into, you think this year's difficult? We are going into the Crimson Horse and the Fire Goat. The Crimson Horse in 2026 and 2027. We are going into a pure pillar of fire next year. It will be the Bing Wu. And in the classics, they talk about these 2 pillars when they come around every 60 years. This is a time of chaos. It's a time of challenges. It's a time when you're going to see more and more. What's the word I want? Let's see, discrepancy or wealth gap between the rich and the poor. So that's another reason that I'm doing this special wealth code class coming up, because it's more important than ever, and to prepare for what's coming in 2026 and 2027 and beyond. And then, of course, book your Feng Shui audit, because another thing I'm going to do for you, you can get 2 for 1 with the Feng Shui audit. And by the way, I can do this online anywhere in the world. That not only will you get your what we call long-term Feng Shui for your home, okay, but I will give you your annual Feng Shui as well. So you get 2 for 1. And then my monthly subscription. So if you, I've been working with a couple of clients and they book me from month to month, and I go through in detail. I go through their own personal body chart. I go through the Feng Shui in their home. They ask me anything, whatever the challenges that they're meeting, and how I help them become a better, how I help them, whatever challenges, how I help them raise to the next level. Okay? Just like I said to my client, I said, you're going to be okay. You are going to be okay. And she was so happy yesterday when she found out, yep, she was going to be okay, because Bazi doesn't lie. It's so profound. So I just want to thank you for your precious time and joining me. May you all find your passion, and more important, as I said in the beginning, your joy, because your soul's calling, helping make this a better world for all. May you live a long, healthy, and prosperous